nervous system, also called control and coordination system, it controls signals from body to brain and brain to body. The basic functional and structural unit of this nervous system is neuron. Functional and structural unit is neuron. Let's discuss the feature and structure of neuron. These neurons are amitotic, means they don't divide. They have tendency to live 100 years. Here is the structure of neuron. Dendrites, cell body, this is axon hillock, this is axon, axon terminal, this is myelin sheath, the gap between myelin sheath, node of Ranvier, this is myelin sheath, so the dendrites, these dendrites, also called dendrons, what are the function of dendrite? These dendrites are protoplasmic. These are the protoplasmic projection or extension of a neuron that propagate nerve impulse to cell body. Propagate or spread the nerve impulse to cell body. Now the cell body. The cell body of neuron, also called soma. The cell body of neuron contain genetic information. The neuron cell body carries nucleus and specialized cell organelles. Now this long projection axon. The axon of neuron, also called nerve fiber. It carries nerve impulse away from the cell body. Now this myelin sheet. Some of the neurons contain this myelin sheet. The myelin sheet is an insulating layer on axons of neuron. They are lipoprotein layer, a layer which is made up of fats and proteins. What is the function and role of this myelin sheet? They speed up the rate or time at which nerve impulse propagate. The gap between this myelin sheet is called node of Ranvier. In central nervous system, this myelin sheet is made up of glial cells. In central nervous system, it is made up of glial cells, while in peripheral nervous system, the myelin sheet is made up of Schwann cells. What are these Schwann cells? The Schwann cells, also called neurolema. These Schwann cells or neurolema, as I told you, they are present in peripheral nervous system that produce myelin sheet around neuronal axon. Classification. Classification of neuron. Before this, I have one point to tell you. These dendrites are the receptive region of neuron. They receive nerve impulse from other neurons, so this is the receptive side of neuron. This axon is the conductive side or conductive region of neuron, as they conduct or propagate the nerve impulse, while these axon terminals are the secretory region. They secrete neurotransmitters in order to transmit the nerve impulse to other dendrites of axon, they release certain chemicals which are called neurotransmitters. Let's come to the classification of neuron. We may classify neuron into two, according to structure or according to function. According to structure, the neuron are of three types: pseudoneuron or unipolar neuron. Bipolar neuron and multipolar neuron. The pseudoneuron, here is the structure. In pseudoneuron, from the soma, a projection leaves the soma or cell body and splits into two parts and further branched. These are not dendrites, these are the false structure, so we called it pseudoneuron. And you may see here is only one pole, which is the soma or cell body, so we called it unipolar neuron. Most of the sensory neurons are pseudo or unipolar. Bipolar neuron means two poles. One axon and one dendrite. The bipolar neuron has two poles, one axon and one dendrite. They are present in olfactory epithelium and retina of eye. Multipolar neuron, it has many poles. Multi means many axons and many dendrites. %99 of neuron in our body are multipolar neurons. According to function, we have also three types of neurons: sensory, motor and interneurons. The sensory neurons receive or allow nerve impulse from outside to brain and spinal cord. While the motor neurons receive nerve impulse from brain and spinal cord and transmit it to other body parts. While the interneurons, which are also called connector and associator neuron, they enable communication between sensory and motor neurons. This is all about the nervous system of human body.